As you move into child's pose, start connecting your big toes. Make sure they're touching if they can. If no, it's not an issue. And then feel into how wide you want the knees to be here. Take the first few moments to adjust and settle into the pose. Maybe your knees are mat width, maybe a little wider, maybe a little narrower. And as you play with that, you'll feel a difference in your low back. So take that feedback from the body to adjust to the width of the knees that you require now in this moment. There are three main principles in Yin Yoga. We stay in the pose for quite some time, between 1 minute to 7 minutes usually, depending on the pose. So we stay for time, and we stay in a space of stillness. So we find a space in the body where you're not fidgeting, you're not pushing, you're not moving around, you're not adjusting your hair, reaching for the water. The intention is to find stillness in the physical body. And as you find stillness in the physical body, you find stillness in the mind. The third principle of Yin Yoga is we stay at our edge. So you don't start the pose at the end range of motion. You start at about 4 or 5 out of 10. And then allowing the time and gravity to take you deeper, take you lower. Allowing the head to get heavy here, relaxing the forehead, relaxing the space between the eyebrows, resting the eyelids, releasing the tension from your temples. Allowing the gravity to take the hips lower, closer to the heels. Exceptions to the principles of stillness are that you may notice that you may need to back away from the range of motion where you found yourself in. second one is that you allow the gravity to take you down. You work with gravity. And so you may find yourself sinking deeper into the pose. And when the mind activity comes up, come back to the intention of stillness in the mind. Staying here with the tucked toes, feeling into the fascia of the feet. And then maybe relaxing the head and the neck, letting the head go. And if you're not feeling enough sensations in the feet, then maybe you're walking the palms closer to the knees. Maybe stacking the heart over the pelvis. Resting the palms in your lap. Pulling the top of the head for the ceiling, tucking the chin. Rolling the shoulders back and down. And once you arrive, staying here for time. Sometimes the pinky toes need a little help to get tucked. And maybe with time you find this too intense. So then maybe you walk the palms forward, take the weight off the heels. And in general, my words are just suggestions. Ultimately, you are the authority over your own body. You're listening to the signals from your own body. If it's moving into the territory of pain, you ease off, pull back, restrain. stack the joints of the knee and the hip and move into the melting heart pose or the puppy pose. So the hips will stay over the knees, toes untucked. And really slowly you're going to start moving the palms to the front of the mat until the forehead touches the floor. And maybe there's a block underneath your forehead to bring the floor closer to you. Maybe even 2 blocks. Gently with every exhale, you're allowing the chest to melt into the floor. And maybe with time, walking the fingertips a little closer to the front of the mat. Or maybe pulling back if there's too many sensations happening in the body. Allowing the thoracic spine to melt, the front of the shoulder to open. Developing that skill of proprioception, knowing where the body is in space without looking at it. So feeling into the hips staying on top of the knees. Noticing when the mind is offering thoughts to you to entertain. Instead of engaging with what the mind is offering, pulling back into the seat of the witness. Seeing the thoughts as phenomena arising, letting them pass. Slowly start releasing, resting on your belly. Come all the way down, rest the chest, the abdomen, the hips on the ground. Come down onto your right cheek. Left cheek to the ground. Slowly we'll start transitioning into a wide-legged forward fold. So take your time getting there. Separating the feet, the legs, as wide as feels comfortable. Getting your blocks nearby for support. Reaching the top of the head for the ceiling, tucking the chin, roll the shoulders back, elongate the spine, and then whenever you're ready, you can start walking the fingertips forward, maybe keeping a slight bend in the knees, and then using the blocks to support yourself. So maybe 2 blocks stacked together are supporting your forehead. Maybe you find that's too much. You use 1 block. Maybe you use 1 block for the forehead and the other one you're sitting on, elevating the pelvis if you know the hamstrings are tight here. Or maybe you don't need blocks at all. You rest the forehead on the ground palms. The way this practice is different from Hatha and Vinyasa is we really try to release all the muscular tension and the muscles that are not working, that are not holding you up. So rather than pointing and flexing the toes, here we allow the toes to relax and to flop the way they naturally want to relax. And again, finding the edge, only going so low that you're not feeling pain, you're not in the territory of sharp, acute sensations. Coming to your own edge where you can rest comfortably. Releasing the tension from the neck, letting the head get heavy. Releasing the shoulders. Resolving to commit to stillness. foot in, bringing your right heel into the inner left thigh, closer to the pubic bone. And then from here, bringing the chest facing the left knee. And then maybe you're bringing your blocks with you towards the left. And resting the forehead on the blocks one more time. Maybe one block, and the palms can come to the ground. And this time, feeling into the sensations in the right side body. And if the tendency is that the right hip lifts, bring the awareness into the right hip bone, bring it closer into the floor. Preparing to transition to the other side, so really slowly start bringing the heart over the pelvis, extending the right leg long, bringing your blocks over to the other side, holding the left leg in. Go very slow here. Left heel into the inner right thigh, pivoting the chest, heart towards the right knee, finding that length in the spine, and then releasing the chest closer to the ground. Release the neck, release the head. Use the blocks again for support. If you're in the territory of pain or sharp sensations, pull back. Bring more support for the head, maybe a deeper bend in the knee. And again, recommitting to stillness. going too far, we're moving into butterfly pose. So you're going to fold your right foot in to meet the left foot. Letting the knees open. The blocks can support the outer knees. Then deciding how close the heels want to be to the pubic bones. They don't need to be too close, somewhere midway. Find the distance that's right for the body. Then from here, opening the feet like you would open a book, signaling to the bones of the knees to open up externally. And when you're ready, rounding the spine, dropping the head, relaxing the neck. Walking the palms forward, coming into a forward fold. And again, finding your edge, not the maximum available range of motion. The range where you can stay mostly comfortable. Completely release the head, soften the neck, soften the front of the throat. Again, just noticing what is arising in the inner experience. Come up slowly. We're moving into supported fish pose with the two blocks that you have. One block will go between the shoulder blades. If you have a bra strap on, then the bottom of the block will rest at the strap level. Between the shoulder blades. The second one is supporting the back of the skull. Another sneaky way to set this up is bring the blocks in a T on your mat. And then you take the two palms distance and measure that between the two blocks. And that should be the distance for your body, for your spine and the skull. most optimal distance for your body. Then gently lower. Find that support. You have a couple options with the feet and the legs. You can keep the knees bent, feet resting on the ground, knees pointing up, and the arms can come into a T. You can extend the legs long. Working with butterfly, Padmasana legs, connecting the feet again, opening through the knees. These options are up to you, for your body to decide which one is the most optimal for you now. And once you choose the variation, stillness again in the body. Then unfurrowing your eyebrows, releasing the space between the eyebrows. Releasing the forehead, letting the forehead melt off of the face. The eyelids are heavy. Releasing the pressure from the temples. Softening the mouth, softening the lower jaw. Maybe swallow and release the tongue. Let the tongue rest at the upper palate. Softening the space around your physical heart, letting the shoulders melt to either side. you have options here. You can either stay here for much longer. If you're ready for Shavasana, the final resting pose, and your legs were long, then you can bend your left knee, gently roll off the blocks onto your right side, onto the right shoulder. So that makes sure that you keep the spine long rather than sitting up. Then get rid of your blocks. Find a resting space in Shavasana for you. If there's any tension in the low back, you can bring the blocks underneath the knees. Elevate the knees. Create a micro bend in the knees. This will let your low back rest closer to the ground. Palms are facing up. Make sure you're not touching anything else. Gently let the body sink lower into the ground. slowly bringing the breath back into the physical body. Inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. Coming back to the body, coming back to the room. Maybe you introduce gentle movements into fingers. Maybe gentle movements into the toes. Rotate your ankles one direction. Reverse the direction. Maybe bring some movement into the wrists. Then gently rolling onto your right side, using your right bicep as a pillow. Bring your knees into the chest. Stay here for a moment. If you're ready, you can press your left palm into the floor next to the right shoulder. Start slowly, gently coming back up to seated. And if this feels comfortable for you, maybe palms in front of the heart. Maybe thumbs touching the space between the eyebrows. A gentle bowing of the head, bowing to your own infinite divine nature. And extending gratitude to yourself, everyone in this room, every single person you touch. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you, thank you.